you claim you were knocked out after the earthquake.
Yes, sir.
Don't bother calling me sir, it's not gonna matter.
Because you're gonna torture me anyway?
We don't work that way anymore. Now you just go to the darkest corner of the room.
So yeah, Kovic does not believe us no matter what we say.
Because he's an asshole.
And they apparently thought that this was the best framing decision for this entire game, which is you're just telling it during interrogation.
Did this come before or after Black Ops?
I think this was about at the same time. Let me check.
What do the numbers mean, Mason?
What do the numbers mean?
What do the numbers mean? How to get burned? I don't know.
So they mentioned something here, which terrifies me, which was Blackburn was out for 6 or 8 hours. If you're unconscious for 6 or 8 hours,
anything more than 5 or 10 minutes, really, and you're fucked up.
And they also asked you, which was it, 6 or 8? It's very important. I don't know. I was knocked out.
I'm so conscious. I didn't check my watch before. Like 6 or 9 hours.
No. Blackburn got knocked out for like 3 minutes, and then decided to have a nap. I have a better idea. So here's our main antagonist, Solomon. He wants revenge on the United States or something.
Oh, come on. Okay.
I don't know what. They never explain what it is.
Damn it.
Mister.
Yeah, cake of death. Cake of death, sir.
Cake? Cake.
Okay, very well.
Is it poison cake?
Nope.
Thank you for the cake.
So, here's our second level, which is the stealth mission for the first bit.
Alright, because you gotta be sneaky, because everything's all fucky.
Yeah, everything's fucky, so first you have to unbury yourself from, concrete and rebar. Which is apparently styrofoam.
What's the point in all those push-ups, Mr. Wayne?
So, mission 2, everything has to be foobar.
It's a little German sounding.
Yeah, it doesn't really sound Arabic, does it?
I mean, the Nazis are still the real bad guys.
Yeah, of course. Well, that's what PLR stands for, right? People's Liberation Nazis.
People's Liberation rear Nazis. Like,
guys,
fucking led by Scooby-Doo or something.
The R is for
by the way, I don't know if you noticed it, but I just went from default animation
to T-pose
to dead,
yeah.
and I'm showing off all the glitches I can.
Sweet oh no! It looks like they're just holding hands.
Oh, like, they are.
It looks like they're trying to summon somebody.
They're on a sweet date. So of course we got all these scripted guys jumping over us and stuff. And here is the most aggressive rat I have ever seen.
Fight me.
Fight me IRL.
Jesus, he's just fucking up your hand.
He's gonna stab a rat?
Yes.
If you don't, you actually lose.
Wait, can you die?
Yes.
Not only if you die, the game just restarts. So sorry.
It's like, you died to a fucking rat. Why are you playing that game?
The disc just breaks in the drive. Get out.
Chunks just fall out of your Xbox.
Oh. Your Xbox just implodes. Not even explodes, it implodes.
My planet needs me.
Woo! So it's really convenient that all these guys from Iran are speaking English, so we can understand them perfectly.
Oh no, that's right.
These are Iranian.
It was the Iran-Iraq War. These are Iranians.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve.
So
for stealth.
I have a gun now. I have a gap. And so
You've been shot several times.
yeah, no, I'm fine. So this is basically the first mission again, but more like destroyed.
Yeah.
Man, that
Also
party
at
of yours
night.
who got hit by the sniper must have been a real pussy. You're taking like 10 rounds.
Marines, right?
That guy must have not been a real Marine.
He was the recruit. He was the private.
Playing with your guns?
Yeah, I'm just deciding what gun I want.
You realize you have 2 slots.
Yeah. So this is a helicopter. I don't know whose helicopter it is. And, yeah, basically this entire level is just, running around in the destroyed streets from the first level and killing people.
It's totally new level, you guys. Christ.
Yeah, totally new level. There's rebel and shit here now.
I will give Battlefield, it looks and sounds really good.
Oh yeah, it
Like,
looks.
the thing with the Frostbite engine is that the sound especially I found has always been really good. Like DICE has always been very good about making the sounds sound really like every gun has a good sound to it.
Yeah.
Like it's not like the Call of Duty guns where they sound almost like 22s or pea shooters.
I think in Call of Duty, especially, I know this is Call of Duty 4 to be a fact, but much the newer ones, is that if you just go into a level by yourself, you hear gunshots in the distance.
Yeah.
Because there's not enough action in the game.
To be like, yeah. Oh, you know, Bad Company uses Frostbite for this.
Oh, by the way, something interesting about this game is that shotguns are actually surprisingly effective at range.
You know, Battlefield 3 wasn't the first game to use Frostbite. Didn't Bad Company use Frostbite?
I don't know. I know, who was it? Yahtzee? Yahtzee and Zero Punctuation point out that this game really just feels like kind of an advertisement for the Frostbite engine, going like, oh, look at what the Frostbite engine can do.
Yeah.
Maybe you should consider it for this kind of game.
It's almost like the first Crysis.
Yeah, it really
Like,
is.
like the game itself is alright. It's more just showing off how amazing the engine is.
Yeah, if only they'd hired, like, competent writers.
Yeah. I mean, really, I would rather they just scrap the idea of a single-player campaign.
Well, I mean, if you have to have a single-player campaign, make it something fun.
But no, like that's the thing. I'd rather they make it better or even better for Battlefield is put all of your efforts into making an amazing multiplayer game. Like Battlefield has never been about single player. It's been about awesome.
Well, and you know what? This game actually does have an entirely separate crew for multiplayer, I believe.
Yeah, but like I would rather all the effort they put into making the campaign. Like, it just feels kind of wasted, because 90%, or even more than that, like, the vast majority of the time you're going to be spending playing Battlefield is multiplayer.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet, look at that glowy grenade.
Yeah, look at that glowy grenade. Grenades glow.
I have a grenade sense.
I got that upgrade from killing so many people in Destiny.
That makes sense.
Well, you know, when you're an FPS protagonist, you just level up like that sometimes.
It's just how it works.
So we have a bus sequence like Resident Evil 2, and we somehow survive an RPG hitting the bus.
And also don't have a concussion.
Yeah, still don't have a concussion. Here's where the game starts to kind of glitch out a little bit, which is if you try and escape this bus, you kind of phase through the ceiling a little bit. And that's me killing guys from, like, a mile away with a shotgun. So.
You did it!
Hey, you defy the laws of nature.
The bus was weak from the RPG explosion, so he just pushed straight through the ceiling.
And I think the street, like, falls apart behind us as we escape. Because, you know, Modern Warfare 2 had all the best ideas. And these guys did not check their corners properly. I just want to point that out.
No, they should have done the synchronized check.
That was a really interesting tile wall, so...
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a great wall.
It's a hallway? I like this
I should
hallway.
get these tiles for my kitchen.
One of the biggest problems I had with this game is it's really dark, and it's really hard to tell where you are, even with the flashlight.
And again,
That's a tiny flashlight.
It is. It's a super small flashlight.
and the bits of dust.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
here
like-
we go. Here we
Like,
go.
you can't tell if there's shit on your TV or if
Yeah.
it's the immersion. So real.
So immersive.
Wow.
Freeze, motherfucker, hands!
And here's a buddy again.
Holy shit! Blackburn, am I glad to see you?
Yeah, shouting at these guys in English is gonna get you so far.
Well, he just wants to shoot them.
I mean, most of the game you've been shooting at people screaming at you in foreign language. So.
Yeah. But I think that's Montez, isn't it?
Is it? Yes?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
Montez.
Misfit, this is Misfit.
He's the guy that's always in the game like, oh man, we shouldn't even be here. Oh man, this war's stupid.
Oh man, why did I never thought I'd be in a war. When
Why did I
started.
join 1st Recon Marines?
Yeah, there's a lot of
lose
other
your
jobs to do
radio
in the
at some
army.
point?
Like, fixing tanks.
Well, no, because you have your radio at the beginning of the level, but, you know, you're an FPS protagonist, so you can't talk, right?
Yeah.
Unless it's in cutscenes.
But also, why can't you hear your radio?
Because Montez is talking.
Because fuck you.
And get this, a coup in Iran.
Yeah, so actually, in a surprising level
Wait,
of
so the military dictatorship in Iran is being overthrown by a new military dictatorship?
yes, in a surprising.
Well, okay, it's a theocratic dictatorship currently, but still.
So now we gotta jump on a machine gun again.
Yay.
And something I noticed about the machine guns in this game is they're basically like full auto sniper rifles. Because the shots never deviate. They always hit exactly where the crosshair is.
Well, it's a cruiser weapon. All the recoil is being absorbed by the Humvee.
Fair enough.
I mean, yeah, it's going to be getting rattled around, but it's going to be way more stable than firing a gun from yourself.
Yeah. And I can't actually see anything I'm shooting out, just aiming for...
Just shoot at the muzzle flash,
yeah,
really.
muzzle flashes. Because apparently at some point, realism is brown was replaced by realism is dark.
Yeah. Dark and gritty, so...
Yeah. Try not to get yourself on the edge there, guys.
I don't know what your 12 is. I can't see you. It's nighttime.
What's your 12? I don't know.
I've got 2 a.m. actually.
Oh, Michael, I must have not said it for daylight savings. So we get knocked out again, and then we get back up. Because getting hit by an RPG is, of course, as we all know.
So is your guy like a vegetable by the end of the game?
Apparently he's hardcore enough to take down a fucking train full of terrorists.
Yeah, they weren't very good terrorists.
And as we fly away, everything falls apart, because of course it does.
I wouldn't trust
Nobody
the
closes the
helicopter.
door or anything.
No.
Last time I saw a
Well, no,
helicopter during an earthquake, it didn't do very well. I would have walked
It's
out.
probably because the building fell on it.
That was the new pilot.
Yeah.
Let's be fair here.
I doubt it was the same pilot.